Aloha, Rich Alverson here. This is ITS227, and this is the first video of spring 2023. And today I'd like to just go over the syllabus. So let me share my screen. Okay, so when you log into Laulima, you should see your courses up at the top. And if you don't see ITS227, then click over here on this view all sites icon, and you should find it there. Click the star next to it to make sure that it appears. And if you don't see it there, then there could be something wrong with your registration, and you can email me and I will put you in until we can get your registration fixed. So click on the course, and the overview is where the syllabus is. And so here's the syllabus. There will be a Zoom account, a Zoom ID, meeting ID for this course. This is asynchronous online, but I'll probably announce sometimes when I'm going to be recording videos, and I can announce them beforehand, and you can come if you'd like, if you have questions or whatever. And so I'll post that there, and I'll announce some times. I'll probably send out an announcement. Every video is going to be in a YouTube playlist for this semester, and that the URL for the YouTube playlist will be right here. And I'll have office hour. I'll have an office Zoom and office hours, and the office hours will be by appointment, and we can have a meeting that day or the next day or whenever. I'm very flexible. And I'll put my email address and my cell phone for texting, and I'll put all that up there. It'll be up by next time. The textbook is this Zybooks website development textbook, and you can click on this link here or click on the picture itself, and it comes up. First time you click on it, if you haven't paid for the course, it comes up with a thing asking you to pay $77. I think the first chapter might be available for free. But anyway, I will go over. I'll go over the textbook and what counts and so on after I'm done going through the syllabus. So the course prerequisites are listed here. I can give you an override if you don't have exactly all of them. This is the course description. It's the client side, making the website, and all the programming that goes into the client side, style sheets and JavaScript and all that. And we'll also learn how to communicate with the server. So that's the student learning outcomes. This is the schedule, and there's 10 chapters that we're going to cover, chapters 1 through 10, and they're listed here. And there are 3 kinds of activities in the textbook. You have to buy the textbook because you do all your work in the textbook. And there are these things called participation activities, and you do those. And they're easy to do. They're easy points. 20% of your grade is clicking through those. There's challenge activities, which are little quizzes. And you're able to take the quiz until you get it right, and it tells you what you get wrong. It tells you what you did wrong when you get it wrong, and so on. So you basically get through those, get 35%. And then the lab activities, those are actual programs or HTML documents and so on that you're going to actually write and you enter in. And the Zybooks lab platform will grade it for you, and you can submit those as often as it takes to get all the points for those too. So for all these, if you're persistent enough, you can get an A, because you can keep on submitting until you get all the points for all of the assessments. All right, so that's this syllabus. Let's go down the line here. When I will give lectures and I announce them beforehand, there will be an announcement, and when I post an announcement, you get an email. There are not any right now. They'll be put various, probably videos, Other resources, there's not too much in this class. This is the first time I've ever taught this class, so I don't have a lot of resources from previous classes. When I send out an email, I will use this facility. You can use this facility to send emails to folks and other people in the class. You can click on roles, you can click on students, you can email to specific students, you can even or email to all the students. If you want to email to all the students and you don't want me to see the email, then when you come in here, you should find my name here and uncheck it. You know, you go like this to get everybody, and then you want to maybe uncheck my name. You can do that. The reason we don't see my name here is because I'm the sender. You probably see your name here, but when you go in there, you're not going to see your name. So anyway, that's the email, and I will archive the emails that I send because there'll probably be announcements or something. This weekly engagement is very important. You got to come in and you got to do this participation verification. That way I know that you intend to complete the course. If you don't do this, then I have to disenroll you next week. And if you get disenrolled and you don't want to be disenrolled, then we have to go through a process, and it's not a well thought out process, and so it's kind of humbug. So make sure you come in here and submit something here like I'm here or something. Click on proceed. Click on submit. And then it gets recorded. It gets recorded. And then I will check the checkbox that says you have done the weekly verification. If you want to drop me some code, you can put it in the Dropbox here and I can look at it. Excuse me. This is how you get to the textbook. The last thing here is the grade book. And so there are these participation activities, challenges, and labs. And so they will all be listed here, categorized. And the percentages for all of the challenge activities and all the participation activities and so on are going to be weighted according to this here. Of course, there's lots of participation activity points and not as many challenge activity points and even fewer lab activity points, and they have different weights. So the individual weights of them, with respect to the other, it's different. All right, so let's take a quick look at the textbook here. And so if we click on my activity, it summarizes, how many of these you've done, how many you've finished. And of course, the participation activities are the easiest. You just click through them. The challenges are little quizzes. And the green ones are actual lab exercises. So if you want to just take a look at these, let's take a look at the first one here. You read through this. You do these little animations and so on. You just simply click through them so you understand what's going on. You pay attention, you understand what's going on, and when you're all done, you get the points. And so you get the check mark up here. So you want to go through and you want to get the check marks for all the things that you can get check marks for, okay? Here's one where you drag the definitions, the period when the web was first developed. I guess this may be correct. Anyway, so do all those, and once you do, you get all the points. So these are participation activities, and here you just click until you get the. Spend that one. If you get the wrong answer, it tells you get the wrong answer, and so on. And then challenges. It's here. Are there any challenges here? It's not. So let's go back to here. Oh, there are. Oh, web. Okay, here's a challenge. This is what a challenge looks like. It talks about domain names. You understand how IP addresses, and you got to click through all these to get all the points up here. points. And here is a challenge. Here's a challenge. Okay. So here you just have to, there's 4 of them, and you just have to answer the question. Let's click start. Which IP v4 addresses are valid? Well, the numbers, do we talk about hexadecimal here? Well, okay, this is what I'm going to say for the answer. This is not valid because the numbers can't be more than 255. It's 2 to the 8th power. So this is not valid. This one, oh, this is not valid because there can only be 4 of them, 4 sets of numbers. 3 periods, 4 sets of numbers. So this is not valid. Oops, that's not valid. See, if it's hexadecimal, then this is valid. But I don't think we're accepting hexadecimal, so this would, I'm going to say this is not valid. Might be valid. But these are all fine. It's 4 sets of numbers, and no number is bigger than 255. So I'm going to say this is the only valid one. And what's the answer? Very good. IP4 addresses are generally written with decimal numbers, not hexadecimal numbers. Okay, so that's why this was not valid. All right, and then you have to do all 4 of them. Okay, so I got one of the check marks, and then here's you know, top level domain would be edu. The second level domain, I guess, is Stanford. Third level domain, I guess, is biology, and 4th level domain is www. Is that right? Yes, it is. Now, if I would have gotten it wrong, then it would come back again with the same kind of question, same level, but it would be different. You know, so. Anyway, so that's those are challenge activities. That's what they look like. And let's go to an actual lab. Okay, here's an actual lab. And they look like this. And here we're supposed to create a web page based on this news article. This is a news article, I guess. And we're supposed to make a web page based on that. And we're supposed to use the title tag and the image tag. And we are able to download these files. And we're supposed to upload the files below by dragging or dropping into the area on the hard drive. So we must edit the index.html file. All right. Guess we have to have our own. So I'm going to download this. And here it is. And I guess I'm going to open it up. And it opened up over here. And let me put these here. I guess I can just drag them onto my desktop. And of course, it doesn't end up there. It ends up putting it. Thinks it should put it. Let's see. So I was. Where are the 3? Let me just. Okay, I have downloaded the zip file, and this is it. And so this is the file that we're supposed to edit, and we need to look at the. We need to use it. We have to open it looking at. See what happens if I open it with this. if we open it using a notepad, open with, notepad's not listed here. Let's see, let's just open it using notepad. And this is what it looks like. And we are supposed to fill in the HTML. And so I'm not going to do this, but we basically are going to modify this HTML document to that follows all these directions. And then we are supposed to take, when we're done, and I'm just going to submit this. It's obviously not finished, but then I can take it, and once it's done, I submit it by copying it to here. And if I submit for grading, it's going to say, that I don't get any points because I didn't follow any of the directions. But anyway, so I can continue to submit it. I can continue to submit it until I get all the points. So that's how these labs work. So I just showed you, I guess, how this lab worked for this particular lab right here. And so there are, if you click on my activity, you can see and click through and see all of the assignments that you have to do. And there are 10 chapters, and there are anywhere between 2 and 5 or so labs per chapter. And I'm going to in my lectures, I'm going to go through the challenge activities to make sure you understand what they're asking for each one, and that way you can just, once you understand the question, you can work on how to answer the question. And then I will do some of the labs, but I won't do all the labs. Some of the labs I'll leave for you just to work on, and those sort of assessments are, I want to see in general how the textbook and how the instructor are doing at presenting the information to you. But I don't want that to have a big impact on your grade, just in case the textbook is no good, and in case I'm no good. So those assessments don't affect your grade that much, but they are the ones that I use to see how well we are doing. All of the rest of the assessments, if you need more help, just ask. I mean, I want to get you through this. You yourself will be your own judge at the end, whether or not you believe you learn the material well enough and you want to pursue this as far as your career goes, or as far as your job goes. Or if you felt, gee, it's kind of hard to do this stuff, it doesn't really come, it really is not easy for me. I'm glad I know how to do it. I'm able to talk to the people that do this for a living, but HTML coding is not for me. So it's more about exposing you to the technology, really getting your feet wet, getting your hands dirty, doing some of this stuff, and then if you like it, then you can pursue more of it. Otherwise, you can just say that you learned a lot. And so we're going to get into JavaScript, and you folks are all programmers, so we're going to learn a new language. The language is going to be JavaScript, and we're going to be able to write programs that run in the browser, and JavaScript in the browser, and we're going to be able to write programs that access the server, and some of this like advanced JavaScript here when we get down to these APIs, fetching APIs, and so that's the extent of this particular ITS227 class. You notice that I've left these later chapters in here. This is client side. No, this is server side. Node.js is JavaScript, but runs on the server. PHP runs on the server, advanced PHP runs on the server, SQL database is that server, and React is actually client side, but it interacts well with the server. These later chapters are what we are covering in ITS227P. Okay, so you may be able to take that course this semester too, and maybe some of you are. But that's so ITS227P starts with JavaScript because we have to make sure we know JavaScript because Node.js is JavaScript, and then we go into server side technologies. All right, so anyway, that's that pretty much covers the textbook, and that covers the syllabus. Again, regarding these assignments, oops, where is it? Assignments up here. These due dates are just recommended due dates. Really, everything has to be done by the last day of class, the last day of finals, and the reason we can do this is because it's all auto graded. Okay, it takes me no time to collect your score, collect whether or not you did the assignments correctly or how much of them you did correctly. It's all auto graded by Zybooks, so it doesn't take me any time. So that way I can encourage you to finish your work by these dates. But if you don't finish them by these dates, that's okay. There's no penalty. Just work hard to get them all done by the last day of finals. And so there's no penalty. You can do them all finals week if you want to. I wouldn't recommend it, of course. But you want to make sure you get through the participation activities because those are free points. Okay, you don't really have to learn anything to get those points. Yeah, the rest of them you have to be a little bit more persistent. There will be videos for a lot of the labs on more of the difficult ones, and if you have difficulty doing them, and so that's where you get help there. All right, so I'll be making videos probably once a week or so, and I hope this gets you started, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.